In the middle of the 17th century, Europe was experiencing chaos, civil wars, and political upheaval. It was during this turbulent time that the English philosopher Thomas Hobbes wrote one of the most influential books in political philosophy, Leviathan, published in 1651. The book attempts to answer one of the most fundamental questions of human society. Why do we need a government at all? Hobbes begins his argument by imagining a world without any political authority. No governments, no laws, no police, no courts. He calls this hypothetical situation the state of nature. In this condition, human beings are completely free, but that freedom quickly becomes dangerous. People are naturally driven by fear, competition, and the desire for power. Since there is no authority to enforce agreements or punish wrongdoing, everyone must constantly protect themselves from others. According to Hobbes, this creates a condition of permanent insecurity, what he famously describes as a war of every man against every man. In such a world, even basic cooperation becomes impossible. You cannot trust your neighbor because they might attack you tomorrow. You cannot accumulate wealth because someone stronger may take it by force. Even the simplest activities like farming, trade, or building communities become nearly impossible when everyone is living in constant fear. Hobbes summarizes this bleak condition in one of the most famous lines in political philosophy. Life in the state of nature would be solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. Faced with such a terrifying reality, Hobbes argues that rational individuals would eventually seek a solution. People would recognize that unlimited freedom actually leads to insecurity, so they would make a collective agreement, a social contract. In this contract, individuals voluntarily give up some of their natural freedom in exchange for protection and stability. The power that emerges from this agreement is what Hobbes calls a Leviathan. Borrowing the name from a biblical sea monster, Hobbes uses the term as a metaphor for a powerful sovereign authority, a state strong enough to maintain peace. The Leviathan could be a king, a parliament, or any form of central authority, but its power must be strong and unquestioned. Without such strength, Hobbes believed society would quickly fall back into chaos. One of the most striking images associated with Hobbes' Leviathan is the famous frontispiece of the book. It shows a gigantic ruler towering over the land, holding a sword and a scepter. But when you look closely, the body of the ruler is made up of thousands of tiny individuals. The message is clear. The power of the state ultimately comes from the people themselves. It is the collective will of individuals who choose order over chaos. Hobbes' argument may sound harsh to modern ears because he supports a very strong sovereign authority. However, his goal was not tyranny, but stability. Having lived through the violence of the English Civil War, Hobbes believed that the greatest political danger was not oppression, but disorder. For him, the worst government was still better than no government at all. Even today, Hobbes' ideas continue to shape debates about political power, law, and security. Whenever societies discuss the balance between freedom and authority, the shadow of Hobbes' Leviathan is never far away. His message remains unsettling but powerful. Without a strong system of authority, the thin layer of civilization can quickly disappear